You're listening to an audio article by the Common Constitutionalist. Today's audio article is entitled The Israeli Buccaneers versus the Hamas Chiefs. The latest Israel-Hamas ceasefire is a total sham, as they all are. Israel should never have agreed to it. History shows they should never have agreed to the first, or any, ceasefires. Allow me to explain as I embark into another sports analogy. It's how I often make political points, so bear with me. As you probably know, I'm a huge football fan, college and NFL, but mostly NFL. And as you may know, I'm a Patriots fan. Additionally, like many in New England, I'm a rabid Tom Brady fan and also a Gronkowski fan, former Patriots turned Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So consequently, I'm a new Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. There was an historic game played this past February called the Super Bowl. The two teams involved were the Tom Brady-led Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Mahomes-led Kansas City Chiefs. It was billed as the G.O.A.T, G-O.A.T, greatest of all time, Brady, versus the baby goat, Mahomes, with the young phenom Mahomes dethrone Brady. But as we know, Tampa Bay annihilated the Chiefs. By the second quarter of the game, Mahomes was clearly hurt from running for his life and repeatedly being sacked. He was missing some starting linemen, which may have made a difference, or at least making the game more competitive. The final score was a rout, 31-9. So here's the analogous scenario. In it, the big game began as it did, but was never completed. In fact, it didn't even make it past halftime. During halftime, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell walks to the microphone set up at the center of the football field. He announces live to the world that an agreement has been struck between the Bucs and the Chiefs. Rather than finish the game, they've agreed to stop playing and reschedule it for next month. The teams would then start the entire game over with the current score wiped clean. The Chiefs fans are naturally ecstatic over the news, as their team is being pummeled, losing 21-6 at halftime. The Bucs fans can't understand why their team would agree to such a thing. Quote, "What the heck are we doing? We've got them down and have an opportunity to finish them off in grand fashion," unquote, which is what happened. Some rather savvy Bucs fans went online after the announcement to ask why. Quote, "Why would our team allow this, as it will just give the Chiefs the opportunity for their injured players to heal and rework their game plan," unquote. And remember, this is just a game, not life and death. But the answer to that question is obvious. No team would ever agree to such a ludicrous request. It's absurd on its face. But that's just what Israel did, and that's what they've done each and every time they've agreed to a ceasefire with these terrorist animals. Israel gains the upper hand, and voila, calls for a ceasefire come from the worldwide pro-Islamist, Israel-hating left. And what will this precious ceasefire accomplish? Will Hamas and the Palestinian leaders suddenly see the light and lay down their arms? Will peace magically rise from the ashes of the rocket attacks? Will the two-state solution become a reality? Emphatically, no, on all counts, not a chance in hell. It will do what it has every time. The ceasefire is designed to do one thing, and it isn't peace. It's designed to keep Hamas and the other Palestinian Islamists in the fight. The ceasefire will allow them the time to regroup, to rebuild any collapsed tunnels, command and control facilities, and take delivery of more weapons. That's it. It will do nothing but harm Israel and its people, and it will prevent Israel from ever landing that knockout blow. A two-state solution, as the anti-Semitic left likes to call it, is an unattainable fantasy, and I think most of those continually pushing for it know full well it is. One can never achieve peace with another party who wishes you all dead, and that is the goal, or one of them, of every Islamist terrorist group in the region and likely on Earth. Israel should never agree to another ceasefire. All it will do is reap more death and destruction on the Jewish nation. But as I stated, that's what it's designed to do. Thank you for listening.